Thank you for your interest in Pinnacle in Langford, Western Canadian Properties Group latest brand new condominium investment property. Today's presentation will highlight the economic fundamentals driving this region, and we will showcase the property. If you're interested in purchasing, there will be contact information at the end. Langford is situated just outside of Victoria on Vancouver Island. It's about a 24-minute commute. Easily accessible by the #1 highway. But what I want to focus on, if you're a real estate investor, you really want to focus on the economic fundamentals. We all know that in order to make money in real estate, people have to be moving to the area. Rental demand has to increase, and demand in general for properties has to grow. So we really look to see what kind of industry, what kind of employers are in the area, what's sustainable, and what are the prospects for the future. I'm going to go over a few of these economic fundamentals over the next few minutes. The government is, the provincial government is headquartered in Victoria, and this is a great employer, high paying jobs. It employs over 50,000 employees directly or indirectly in the region. Recently announced, West Shore office will be opening up. It's a pilot project by the BC government where their government workers will be housed. And if it's successful, they will actually open up another office for the government, which will mean people living in Langford will have no more commute to Victoria. There are two large educational facilities and institutions, University of Victoria and Camosun College, and they house about 20,000 students each. And again, faculty members, all the peripheral service providers and administrators for these institutions drive long-term, high-paying jobs. Tourism is a big one for the region. Victoria actually gets a larger share of the cruise ships. Larger cruise ships can port there. In BC, about $19 million overnight visits happen every year. It's about $10 billion in spending, and Vancouver Island gets about 23% of this, so it's a greater proportional share. For example, Bouchard Gardens gets over 1 million visitors a year. It's very well set up for entrepreneurs. It's tax friendly. It has great startup opportunities for young growing businesses, and they've attracted a lot of them in the tech industry. It's been very fortunate that Don Matrick, CEO and founder of Electronic Arts, has actually moved to Victoria, opened up a large angel investor community, and is currently bringing a lot of interest to the area with new jobs, new investment, and lots of infrastructure via tech. So there's about 1,000 businesses. They employ over 15,000 people directly. 3,000 consultants, 5,000 who are just programmers, coders, and then Viatech is the community that's a membership that's growing. It's 526 members, again, very focused on high tech. One simple thing that we know, people go where jobs grow, and this has been shown in terms of what's happening. Victoria is the second lowest unemployment in the country, next to Quebec City. The rental market report produced by CMHC, the recent one, shows that the overall vacancy is declining. So this is a very tight rental market, lots of demand, lots of people moving there. Langford is on the top 10 list of, it's #1 on the top 10 fastest growing cities in BC. So it has happened over the last 16 years. Langford's been leading the way in growth, particularly in this region, average about 4.69% per year for the past 15 years. To break it down, here's from 2001 to 2006, up 20%, 2006 to 2011, up 30%, and 2011 to 2016, up another 21%. So very robust population growth. I mentioned the high-tech industries. These are high-paying jobs, but also you have government, which is another strong labor force. High median income for the region, 87,000. So we're looking at people being able to afford houses, and they're moving there. But you know, Langford's also ranked as #4 most affordable city in BC. So it kind of fits both markets, your move up and your move down. So when we look at what's happening in terms of demographic shifts, well, this was a report produced by Bank of Montreal, and they're looking at, where are people going to retire? 15% of all baby boomers want to retire in the Victoria area. 26% of all Albertans surveyed they want to go to Victoria. So warmer climates, a nicer location. When you're in your retirement years, you want to live where it's nice to live. It's actually ranked this by a number of different measurements. We're not, these are Maclean's, put out Canada's best communities. Langford was number 5. And Western Investor recently published a report saying it is a great place to invest. Victoria, when you have a very low vacancy and strong demand and growing jobs and population, that's good fundamentals for investment. And then Money Sense recently produced top 35, and Victoria was number 4. So we like it. We like it from an investment perspective, but more importantly, we like it for the long term. So let's focus on the property. Pinnacle's well located right in the heart of the community, close to downtown, very walkable. This gets a very high walk score of 78. You don't need a car here, but it's not in a high dense area. It's in the middle of a nice community and very pleasant to be in. This building will feature a very nice centralized courtyard for families and people to just enjoy. It's got over 19 unique floor plans, so there's a lot of choice. Different floor plans on each of the different floors, and the price range is anywhere from $274 up to $469. So you can see there's a broad variety with different square footages. Obviously, smaller ones less expensive, the larger ones more expensive. The mix is 19 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 8 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 4 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and 14 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and den. Starting at $274,900. The features are done for an owner-occupied. It's got an open concept living plan. There'll be recessed lighting, white shaker cabinets, premium quartz countertops, white subway tiles, stainless steel double sink, and those 7 appliances. They're energy efficient stainless steel. Refrigerator, oven, range hood and microwave, and dishwasher, and also washer and dryer will be included. Some of the other features are there's extra large patios and decks on many of the units, 9-foot ceilings. On the ground floor, there's actually 10-foot ceilings, contemporary color schemes, washer dryer, in-suite washer dryer, vinyl plank flooring throughout, which is a great flooring. It's warm, it doesn't noise transfer, it's easy to repair. And then there'll be modern finishes with 4-inch baseboards, 3-inch door trim, and white decor switches. We're completing this property, so it's under construction. It's not a typical pre-sale, so we've removed a lot of that risk from the buyers that we have. It'll complete in May of 2020. Deposit schedule has been relaxed, 5% on subject removal and 5% April 15th, and then the balance will be due on completion of the property. The developers waive the assignment fees. There is a $500 admin fee, and then they're subject to the new rules on registration, and we would help clients do this if they decided to assign. We work with a company called Pemberton Homes. Pemberton's very well known. I'm going to focus a little bit more on Pemberton later in the presentation, but they've agreed to a very low flat fee, $65 a month, to manage your property. And what does that mean? It means that you don't have to know your tenant. You will have to do absolutely nothing to keep your suite rented or rent ready. Everything's managed for this flat monthly fee. In addition to that, all the revenues for all the investors, it's optional, but you can pool your revenues. So even if you're vacant 1 month, you will not have zero money coming in. Pemberton Homes is a long-standing institution in the Langford area. They manage over 1,700 properties, and they're very focused on investors and new builds. So they offer the full, true turnkey management program. They're very good at their service. They've fully integrated, so there's 24/7 service plan for the tenants. They're the #1 firm in the region for new build lease up, and they have a lot of automated options for both the owners and the renters. Again, what you want to do when you're an investor is you don't really want to know your tenant. You're running a business here, so you really want to make sure that you're looked after in terms of the Landlord Tenancy Act. And so they're very good working on tenant disputes, and they understand the rental market, so they're good at providing you a better return on your investment because of this experience. So the knowledge, the ability to screen tenants and the understanding of the nuances in the marketplace, they can ensure the best rental rates for you. We've negotiated the bulk discount for you. It's a huge saving. Usually it's 10% of collected rent. And so right now, let's talk a little bit about the Pinnacle rent up. We have a landing page already done. They're actively marketing it. They've had 2 rental expos, and they are actually 15 of the 45 units have already been, leases are signed, and they're working with over 159 inquiries. So we're pretty excited about the activity on the lease side, and we're pretty confident by the time this property is ready for occupancy, you will have a tenant in place. They're achieving the projected rents, $1,350 for 1 bedrooms, up to $1,900 for the 2 bedrooms. And this is a picture of the existing building probably 3 weeks ago. So it's well on its way to being full lockup now. We've got the drywalls happening. We have a sales center. So if you want to go over and take a look at your suite, you can book a time and you will be able to go on site and walk through the sales center, get a feel for the finishes and the feel for the windows and the light and the ambience of the unit. We've got some buyer incentives that we're offering. For our buyers today, 1-year strata fees for the 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 2-year strata fees for the 2-bedroom, 2 bath and den, and 2 years rental management for the 1 bedroom and 1 bath. The reason for the buyer incentive is that we want to make sure these are all positive cash flow units for the first year. We're very confident in this market, and we want to make sure our investors are positive from day one. So some of the benefits that buying, number one, your pre-sale risk has been removed because this property is 75% built. There's a flat fee, rental management, no assignment fees, and there's a relaxed deposit schedule. We have everything on our folders. They're called live binders. These cover everything that I've shown you today and much more. The floor plans, the pro forma worksheets showing what the cash flows are. Everything's at your fingertips. And if you'd like to